So, how should you spend the first $1,000 as a new prepper? Let's face it, the world's a crazy place. You got pandemics, you got economic meltdowns, you got political unrest. It's enough to make anyone a little uneasy. And let's be honest, the thought of everything going sideways is terrifying, right? You start thinking about food shortages, power outages, the whole nine yards. That's where prepping comes in. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. It's about taking control and saying, you know what? I'm not going to be caught unprepared when things hit the fan. So if you're new to this whole prepping thing and feeling overwhelmed, don't tap out. This video is for you. We're going to break down exactly how to spend your first $1,000 on the absolute essentials to get you started. Alright, first things first, you gotta eat and drink, right? That's non-negotiable. Without food and water, survival is impossible, and that's a fact. So, let's dive into the essentials. Now, when it comes to food, forget about fancy freeze-dried meals or MREs for now. Those might be great for short-term situations, but we're focusing on long-term sustainability here. We're talking about the basics, the stuff that'll keep you alive. Rice, beans, lentils, those are your new best friends. These staples are not only nutritious but also versatile in how you can prepare them. They're cheap, they last forever, and they're packed with calories. Caloric intake is crucial when you're in survival mode, and these foods provide the energy you need to keep going. Grab a couple of big bags of each, and don't forget about things like salt, sugar, and spices to make that stuff edible. Seasonings can make a world of difference in your meals, turning something bland into something you can actually look forward to eating. Trust me, after a week of rice, you'll be craving some flavor. A little bit of spice can go a long way in keeping your morale up. Canned goods are your other best friend. They have a long shelf life and can be a lifesaver when fresh food isn't available. Veggies, fruit, tuna, whatever you can find, stock up. These items can provide essential nutrients that might be missing from your dry goods. And don't forget powdered milk. It lasts way longer than regular milk. It's a great source of calcium and can be used in various recipes. Now, water. You can survive weeks without food, but only days without water. Hydration is absolutely critical. You need at least a gallon per person per day for drinking and basic hygiene. This includes not just drinking, but also cooking and minimal cleaning. Forget those flimsy water bottles. Get yourself some aquatainers. These are designed for long-term storage and are much more reliable. Those things are tanks, man. They can withstand a lot of wear and tear, making them ideal for emergency situations. They hold like 5 gallons each and are super durable. This means fewer trips to refill and more time focusing on other survival tasks. Get 3 of them, and you're good for a solid 3 weeks for one person. That's a significant amount of time to figure out your next move and ensure your survival. That's enough time to figure out your next move. Whether it's finding a more permanent water source or planning your next steps, having a reliable supply of food and water gives you the foundation you need to survive and thrive in any situation. Okay, so you've got your initial water supply covered, but what happens when that runs out? You're going to need a way to filter water because let me tell you, drinking straight from a stream or lake is a one-way ticket to a world of hurt. Giardia, dysentery, you don't want to mess with that stuff. Luckily, building a basic water filtration system is easier than you think. We're talking about a gravity filter here. It's simple, it's effective, and it's relatively cheap. You're going to need a few things. A Sawyer tap water filter. Those things are amazing. They remove practically everything. A food-grade plastic bucket and a spigot kit. You can find all of this stuff online or at your local hardware store. Cooking equipment. Alright, you got your food, you got your water, now you gotta cook the food, right? No power means no microwave, no stovetop, no oven. But don't worry, we got this. First up, a butane stove. These things are lifesavers. They're small, they're portable, and they run on butane canisters which are cheap and easy to store. Get yourself a decent butane stove, you don't need anything fancy, and at least 10 cans of fuel. That should last you a while. Now for a more long-term solution, you gotta check out rocket stoves. These things are incredible. They're basically super efficient wood-burning stoves that you can build yourself with stuff you can find lying around. They use hardly any wood, they burn super hot, and you can cook anything on them. Power generation? Okay, let's talk power. In today's world, power is everything. It's what keeps our lives running smoothly from the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed. But what happens when the grid goes down? How do we keep our essential devices running? That's what we're going to explore in this chapter. In a grid-down situation, you're going to want a way to charge your essential electronics, your phone, flashlights, maybe even a radio to stay informed. These devices are crucial for communication, navigation, and staying updated on the situation around you. Without power, you're essentially cut off from the world. Now you got two main options here, solar power or a gas-powered generator. Each has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, and the best choice for you will depend on your specific needs and circumstances. Solar is awesome because it's clean and renewable. You're not relying on finite resources, and you're not contributing to pollution. Plus, once you have the initial setup, the energy is essentially free. It's a long-term investment that pays off over time. You're basically harnessing the power of the sun, which is pretty cool. Imagine being able to generate your own electricity just by setting up some panels in your backyard or on your roof. It's like having your own mini power plant. For around $450, you can get a decent small solar power station and a couple of panels. This setup won't power your entire house, but it's enough to keep your essential devices juiced up. Think of it as a backup plan for your most critical electronics. It's not going to power your whole house, but it's enough to keep your essential devices juiced up. This means your phone, flashlight, and radio will always be ready when you need them. It's a small investment for a lot of peace of mind. Now, the other option is a gas-powered generator. These are more traditional and can provide a lot of power, making them suitable for running larger appliances and even multiple devices at once. These things are great because they can provide a lot of power, but they also come with some downsides. They're reliable and can run for extended periods as long as you have fuel, but they require regular maintenance and can be quite noisy. First off, they're very loud. The noise can be a major drawback, especially if you're in a situation where you need to stay quiet and avoid drawing attention to yourself. The last thing you want is to advertise your location to everyone around. Not exactly ideal if you're trying to keep a low profile. In a survival situation, stealth can be just as important as having power. You don't want to attract unwanted attention, whether it's from people or animals. Second, you need to store gasoline, which can be dangerous. Gasoline is flammable and needs to be stored properly to avoid accidents. Plus, it has a shelf life, so you'll need to rotate your stock regularly to ensure you always have fresh fuel. If you do go the generator route, make sure you get one that's fuel efficient and learn how to store and rotate your fuel properly. This will help you maximize your resources and ensure that your generator is ready to go when you need it. Proper maintenance and storage are key to making the most of this power option. Some preppers even opt for a hybrid approach, combining both solar and gas-powered solutions. This way you can use solar power for everyday needs and switch to the generator for more demanding tasks. It's all about finding the right balance and being prepared for any situation. Additional essentials and tools. In this chapter, we're diving into the often overlooked yet crucial items that can make a world of difference in a survival situation. Alright, so we've covered the big stuff. Food, water, cooking, power. These are the pillars of survival. But what about the smaller yet equally important essentials? Now let's talk about the little things, the things that you might not think about until it's too late. First up, batteries. These are the lifeblood of many of your essential devices. And I'm not talking about those alkaline batteries that die after 5 minutes. Those are practically useless in a long-term scenario. Get yourself some rechargeable batteries and a good charger. These will save you money and hassle in the long run, and they are much more reliable. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Next, tools. Tools are the backbone of any good prepper's kit. You don't need a full workshop, but a basic set of tools is essential. We're talking about a hammer, a screwdriver, a wrench, a knife, the basic stuff that can get you out of a jam. These tools can help you with repairs, building makeshift shelters, or even defending yourself if necessary. They are versatile and indispensable. An emergency radio is another must-have. In a crisis, information is power. This will allow you to stay informed about what's going on in the outside world. Whether it's weather updates, news, or emergency broadcasts, staying connected is crucial. Get one that's hand-crank powered so you don't have to worry about batteries. This ensures that you always have a way to get information no matter the situation. And don't forget about things like tarps, rope, and duct tape. These items are incredibly versatile and can be used in countless ways. That stuff is like gold in a survival situation. You can use tarps for shelter, rope for securing items or even creating makeshift tools, and duct tape for quick repairs. You can use it for shelter, water collection, repairs, you name it. Duct tape is one of those items that you can never have too much of. Finally, let's talk about personal defense. In a survival situation, the ability to protect yourself and your loved ones is paramount. It's always a good idea to be prepared to protect yourself and your loved ones. This could mean taking self-defense classes, learning how to use pepper spray, or even just being aware of your surroundings. Whether it's a firearm, pepper spray, or even just some basic self-defense knowledge, don't be caught off guard. Being prepared means being ready for anything, and that includes potential threats to your safety. Another critical item to have is a well-stocked first aid kit. Injuries can happen at any time, and having the right supplies can make a huge difference. Make sure your kit includes bandages, antiseptics, pain relievers, and any necessary prescription medications. Knowing basic first aid can also be a lifesaver. A multi-tool or Swiss Army knife is another versatile item that can serve many purposes. From cutting to opening cans, these tools are incredibly handy. They are compact, easy to carry, and can be a real lifesaver in a pinch. Make sure to include one in your kit. Fire-starting tools are also essential. Whether it's waterproof matches, a lighter, or a fire starter kit, being able to make fire is crucial for warmth, cooking, and signaling for help. Practice using these tools before you actually need them. Knowing how to start a fire quickly and efficiently can be a game changer in a survival situation. Lastly, consider a portable water filtration system. Clean water is vital, and having a reliable way to filter water can ensure you stay hydrated and healthy. There are many options available, from portable filters to purification tablets. Choose one that suits your needs and make sure you know how to use it properly. So there you have it, the additional essentials and tools that can make all the difference. Remember, being prepared is about more than just having the basics. It's about thinking ahead and being ready for anything. With these items in your kit, you'll be well equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So there you have it, a complete breakdown of how to spend your first $1,000 on prepping essentials. Remember, this is just a starting point. Prepping is a journey, not a destination. There's always more to learn, more to do, and more ways to improve your preparedness. What do you think? What are your must-have prepping items? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos.